They're promising to reduce bills by an average of £50 a year, but the government has denied they've told the big energy firms to hold their prices until the next election. Downing Street insisted they've just asked the companies not to pass on the cost of abolishing the green levy onto consumers. But Labour, which has called for a freeze, branded the government's policy as shambles. Our business correspondent Sarah Smith reports.
Yes, it is still November, but Christmas is already here. And the government's planning an early Christmas gift for voters, cutting our energy bills by about £50 each. They firmly deny that they're demanding a price freeze, but they are trying to find ways to make it cheaper to turn the festive lights on. A £50 giveaway to every household in Britain could certainly make Christmas a bit merrier. And the Chancellor could save us all that much on our energy bills if he removes some of the government levies. But there's no point in him doing that if the energy companies are then just going to turn around and put their prices up by exactly the same amount. So industry sources have told me that there have been complex and detailed discussions between the government and the big six energy firms, with the government asking them to keep their prices down if the government do remove some of those levies. So what are the government levies on your energy bill? Well, out of the average yearly bill, £34 goes on subsidies for renewable energy. £14 is spent on the carbon tax. If the government removed the Warm Homes discount, then that would save customers £11 a year. And if the £69 currently spent on the energy company's obligation to insulate homes is spread over 4 years rather than 2, that will halve the cost to consumers.
Well, I've said all along that I want to help households and families by getting sustainably low energy prices. Now, the only way you can do that is by increasing competition and rolling back the costs of some of the levies on people's bills. I said that's what we were going to do. That is what we're going to do, and I think that's a very positive step forward.
So we're talking about energy prices, big issue for lots of people.
The Labour leader was in Manchester today, talking energy prices with people who struggle to pay their bills. People who like his plan to make energy companies freeze their prices for 20 months.
And it's a real worry, because a lot of my money goes on heating.
The government dismissed Miliband's plan as a Marxist con, but now they're doing something very similar themselves. They might not be forcing the energy companies to keep their prices down, but they are asking them to.
What we now know is that while David Cameron has in public been opposing an energy price freeze, in private he's been pleading with the energy companies to get him off the hook.
Christmas shoppers and market traders all want someone to keep the prices down, but aren't convinced that the government can do it.
We use a lot of electricity on the stall and, in our lockups and everywhere, so we don't really want anything to go up because we'll be out of pocket.
I don't see what the government says is going to have anything to do with it. It's privatised, it's got nothing to do with the government.
You probably won't find too much holly or ivy decking the halls in Downing Street this year, no nice Christmas wreaths like this one. Not now, it's been reported David Cameron says he wants to get rid of all the green crap off our energy bills. And that's because the big six energy firms have done a great job at persuading people the reason that prices are going up is because of government levies. So this plan doesn't ask them to cut their profits at all. It simply reduces our bills by shrinking the amount that the companies have to spend on government initiatives. The Chancellor thought this plan would let him play Santa next week when he delivers his autumn statement. He must be furious that we've all now had a peek at the presents and ruined his surprise.